6 tips to protect your business. Number 1, restrict outbound PowerShell. Now, outbound PowerShell is a scripting language, and it comes in with every Microsoft product you have out there. So your OS comes baked in with PowerShell, and it's supposed to be used for admin purposes for your IT folks to automate some things. But today it's used for advanced malware to go out to the internet, get their payload, and download it, and encrypt your, use ransomware on your devices at work and at home. So the first thing you need to do is stop outbound PowerShell. So by stopping outbound PowerShell from executing on your device, you'll knock out a good 60 to 80% of the malware that's out there, especially the ransomware. So that's the first thing you can do, and you can do that today. Next thing you can do is Microsoft has a feature called controlled folder access, and they might call it ransomware protection. It will only allow certain users to encrypt or write to a folder. So that means if malware pops in, tries to a different process tries to write to that folder, it won't allow it to happen. So that's controlled folder access. It's a feature on your Microsoft OS. Number 3, biggest thing you can do, hugest thing you can do is stop running as an administrator. Now, why do I say, why does that matter? Sometimes I like to install files. I have to be administrator to install files. Okay, so if you go surfing the net as administrator and you go to a site that has been poisoned or hit a malicious link, then the software that downloads has the privileges that you are running at the time it was downloaded. So if you have admin privileges, so does that malware. But if you had regular user privileges without admin access, when the malware tries to install on your system, it can't, because it doesn't have admin privileges. So it can be on the system, but it can't run unless it's got admin privileges. So keep that in mind. Number 4, train your staff on cybersecurity hygiene. All right, so it is super critical that your staff understands what a phishing email looks like, how to determine a URL and how to see the URL, what it's really going to, how to identify a scam, like a wire fraud transfer scam or something like that. And I highly suggest getting the phishing, getting a service that provides phishing scenarios that will send pretend phishing emails to your staff to see if they can identify them after they've had their training. As far as training your staff goes, a careless staff member can negate a $10,000 firewall or whatever a careless staff member can negate any kind of technology that you have out there, because you're just that staff member is giving the keys to the kingdom over to the hacker. So keep that in mind. I mean, this is your weakest link, right? So 2 things. That's one thing that I tell you, and I'll get to the second one that I think every company should do. Have training. Number 5, get cyber insurance. Right. So if cyber insurance, it's risk mitigation. So in the beginning of this video, we talked about how much cyber crime has increased year over year, and it's still happening again. So over the next 10 years, the possibility that your business will be attacked is 99.99 something. So pretty much 100% chance that somebody will try to attack you. Whether it's successful or not depends on how you prepare, right? So so even if you have other things in place, every now and then a new employee may give away the keys to the kingdom. And if that happens, what are you going to do? Is your entire profits for the entire year going to go down the tubes on one cyber attack, or do you get cyber insurance, right? So they have that saying, if you live in a flood zone, you get flood insurance. Well, if you live in cyber attack zone, you get cyber attack insurance, right? And everybody nowadays is in the cyber world. So you should have cyber insurance. That's it. And the sixth thing you can do right now is every Windows operating system comes with the ability to whitelist applications. So whitelist applications allows only those applications that you say are okay to run, they can run. So that way, if malware gets downloaded and you have no idea it was downloaded, then it actually won't run. So because only the ones you can that have been authorized can be run. Now the whitelisting, people have an issue. It's sort of a very technical thing, and a lot of people have issues with it. But it's out there. But there are a lot of cybersecurity experts that provide this as a service. So CyberEye being one of them. You can click on the link below and check us out. But you can get that whitelisting as a service. So that's 6 things that you can do right now. Number 1, restrict outbound PowerShell. Number 2, enable controlled folder access. Number 3, stop running as administrator. Number 4, train your staff. Number 5, get cyber insurance. And number 6, whitelist your applications. So that's your 6 big tips for the day. Hope you enjoyed our back porch time with Cyber Bites.